guys, welcome back here to Intuitive Angling, and much appreciated you guys swinging by the channel today and hanging with me a little bit. And guys, I got to tell you, I have absolutely had it with these dang boat dock and boat slip owners that think they own the dang lake. We're going to dig into this in today's video. I've talked about this a little bit in the past, but something happened out on the lake earlier today I want to discuss with you guys, and we're going to give you guys my opinion on that and not hold back on anything, and definitely looking forward to seeing your guys' comments on this as well. Also, guys, a couple quick housekeeping tips before we get started to keep the channel on YouTube here. Just wanted to remind you guys that the month of June is my favorite time of year to fish a deep crankbait. Deep cranking is the #1 technique for me to catch big bags of fish in the month of June, and it has been for 30 years. Guys, try this if you have not tried this crankbait here. This is the Megabass Deep 6. The attention to detail on this sucker is second to none. It runs 20 foot deep on about 10-pound line. It's got a tight medium wobble, and guys, bass just love the profile and the water displacement of this. I'll put the Megabass Deep 6 link and my Tackle Warehouse link in the description of this video if you guys would like to order a few for the month of June. Easy to do, guys. Just take the Deep 6, put it on 10 or 12 pound test fluorocarbon, and just go out and crank main lake and secondary points all day. Get your boat in about 15 or 20 foot of water, fan cast the points. You can do points, you can do ledges, drop-offs, but this Deep 6 is a freaking deadly bait in the month of June. So again, link in the description there. And once again, guys, thank you everybody that's taken time to hit that subscribe button here at Intuitive Angling. Thank you if you've liked the videos, and especially if you've been hyping the videos. Really appreciate that. Okay, guys, you may have seen a Facebook post I did yesterday. I want to get into this. It really touched me off. I want to dig into this whole thing about these freaking entitled boat dock and boat slip owners in this particular video. Now, before I get into this, guys, I'm not saying this across the board. There are a bunch of cool boat dock and boat slip owners I've ran into. So this isn't a blanket statement to say that they're all terrible. So if you own a boat dock or boat slip, don't get offended, because if you're one of these people that I'm not talking about, then good for you. But there is an increasing number of these weenies out there, that they're these entitled weenies that think that they own the dang lake, that I want to talk about in today's video. Okay, let me explain to you guys what happened here. I was down at Table Rock Lake yesterday, and we had thunderstorms rolling in and out in the afternoon. And I took the boys down there. I took Elijah, my son, took Owen down there, one of Owen's friends. So we were just out fishing, having a good time. And we were fishing, down this row of boat docks and everything, in between the docks, working in and out of it. And these thunderstorms would come rolling in with thunder and lightning and heavy rain. And every time they did, we just pull them. There was these big condo docks down there, which we're going to talk about here in a second. We just pull in one of the empty slips there to wait out the thunder and lightning with the boys, my kids, to get out of the thunder. And first when we pulled up into, there was this guy that was he had his cruiser in there docked up. He came out, was just super friendly, talking to us, asking how we were catching fish, just as friendly as could be. We go around to the next condo dock there, same thing happened. Thunderstorm started up again. It started lightning, heavy rain. So we pulled into one of the empty slips, and this freaking old crusty bastard comes down there. And you can picture him, guys. He's about in his early 70s. He's got these Bermuda shorts on, and he's got a shirt tucked in, and he's got white socks pulled up to about to his knees with these New Balance white tennis shoes on. And he comes over there and he goes, "Can I help you?" And we were saying, "Yeah, we're just setting out the thunderstorm here into the dock, and there's probably 30 boat slips in here." And he goes, "We're going to be calling security, and the security is going to be coming down here any second. So you guys might want to get out of here." And I'm like, what the F, this guy is just being a freaking dick. That's all you can say about it. And this touched me off to this bigger picture, guys, of this increasing number of these entitled boat dock and boat slip owners we have out there that think they own the lake, and they don't have any right to it whatsoever. Here's the thing about it, guys. Unless you have a private body of water, these lakes across the country, like Table Rock Lake and probably your lake out there, they are public bodies of water that are subsidized and supported by tax dollars from the United States citizens. Public bodies of water. What gives somebody the right to go in and put a boat dock on a public body of water that you subsidize with your tax dollars, and then they can tell you you can't fish within 50 or 100 feet of your dock. You surely can't get underneath the dock, even though it's taking up your fishing habitat. What gives somebody the right to do that simply because they have the money to do it? And I hear this all the time about these narcissistic, arrogant, entitled people out there that say something about, you know, if I'm talking about a developer that bought up 600 acres of land and they destroy 600 acres of wildlife habitat to put a freaking convenience store and a, you know, industrial park in, and people say, oh, Randy, you should have bought it yourself if you're complaining about it. This is the arrogant entitlement I talk about, that people that have all this money that can go around and rip hillsides off of lakes to put in $3 million weekend homes. They can have these freaking $50,000 a year boat slips for their 45-foot, you know, yachts. They can have these freaking $500,000 boat docks on public bodies of water and tell you you can't get anywhere around them. We have a law in Missouri that the freaking governor of Missouri signed. You cannot anchor a boat with 100 foot of a boat dock in the state on a Corps of Engineers lake in Missouri. So what you have in here, guys, is you have a lot of very wealthy dock and slip owners out there that they may know a politician, a state representative or state senator, and they don't want anyone jacking with their docks, or they don't want anyone around their docks. And then there's laws like that are passed to basically intrude on the rights of the United States citizens on public bodies of water. I don't have any patience for it at all, because here's the thing about it, guys. Table Rock Lake is a prime example of what we're talking about here. 40 years ago, there wasn't hardly any docks on Table Rock Lake. And now, since the freaking developers have basically destroyed Table Rock Lake, you have these big condo complex docks popping up everywhere that have anywhere between 20 to 50 boat slips in them with all these boats in there, and they're popping up everywhere. Every time one of those boat docks goes in, it eats up shoreline habitat. I cannot tell you how many miles of shoreline on Table Rock Lake, prime shoreline habitat, that has gotten gobbled up to these freaking docks on there that will never be able to fish again. And now, on most of them, you have these signs that says restricted, private property. You can't, no swimming, fishing, whatever, within 50 or 100 feet of this dock. Nobody has the right to do that, guys. Nobody, I don't understand how these laws are passed so they can get away with telling you that you cannot fish or be around a dock from 50 to 100 feet on a public body of water that you are subsidizing with your tax dollars. It's a bunch of crap is what it is. And I don't have any patience whatsoever for people that think they're entitled to do that with their boat docks out there. I can assure you guys, if I ever get in the position or whatever to legislate laws or something, one of the first things that I'm going to do is I'm going to pass legislation not only to stop all the building of these extra docks on the lake, but I'm going to basically take all the rights away from these dock owners and give it back to the bass fishermen and the fishermen in this country to fish a public body of water like they have the right to do. It's not right that just because somebody has freaking bank and they got a bunch of bucks that they can go in and do anything they want to on a public body of water, that they can put their private property on a public body of water and tell you to stay away from it or off of it or out from underneath it just because they have the money to do so. You tell me the rationale with that. Somebody explain me the rationale, how that actually works. And it just goes to this whole thing, guys, about money corrupts everything. Money has completely corrupted our political system in this country. Money completely has corrupted a lot of the business world. It corrupts stuff like this out there. It's like whoever's got the money can do what they want to because they're the ones that can influence legislation and put political puppets in positions of power to do their bidding. This is just another example of it out there. So anyway, guys, if you're a cool boat dock owner and you realize that you're very fortunate to have a dock there and that you really have no right to have that dock on a public body of water, and you're cool to people that come to them, that's great. You have my respect. But if you're one of those freaking crusty bastards like we run in today, anytime I run into you, you're going to get a mouthful from me because it ain't right. So anyway, guys, let me know what y'all think about it. Appreciate you all tuning in. We'll talk later.